Hey guys, okay, so you have asked for an everyday makeup routine and I've been really wanting to film this. I finally got home before the sunset. So I really hope you enjoy. Okay, so again, this is an everyday makeup routine, like what I throw on in the morning in 5 minutes and run out the door. I've been doing this routine for a little while now, probably 3 months, and my skin actually has gotten much better. This is actually really smooth. I'm just kind of red. These are all simple products. Most of them are drugstore. I have a really hard time, excuse the water bottles I left right there. I have a really hard time spending a whole lot of money on makeup. I used to be a makeup junkie, like all the time, but I really consolidated my drawers. I have one bag. Everything can fit in here now. I do have a drawer of like extra stuff when I go like to events and stuff. So the first thing that I do, I don't even use primer. I do moisturize, but that'll be in like another skincare video. I use the Real Techniques sponge. It's a couple dollars. You get a pack of 2. I go ahead and dampen it. I usually use this end, so there's a flat end, and I normally dampen this side. And the foundation that I use is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It looks like this. I am in the shade Seashell, which is not the whitest shade, but almost. So I go ahead and give that a good shake. And less is more with this. I find the more that you put and the more that you overdo, it's almost too much. So I go ahead and put one solid pump on the back of my hand like that. And then I take my beauty blender and I just start stamping. So I really like it. I think it looks really nice on the skin. It blends really well. Excuse my chapped lips. I'll actually go ahead and put chapstick on. Sometimes I put chapstick on in the beginning just so they're prepped. If you hear Landry, he's yawning over there. Okay, and I used to use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer like everyone in the whole world, but this is the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage Concealer. I got this in the shade Light Natural, and I really like it. I don't use a whole lot of concealer, and sometimes I don't use concealer at all, but to brighten up the under eyes, especially for the springtime, or if you're a tired mama like me, I just go ahead and put a little bit on there. This is like $5 max, I think. I think it's even more inexpensive than that. And I just start blending that out. This is what I was talking about yesterday, or whenever I post this with you guys on my stories. This is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, y'all. It's like $3 or $4, and it's the best. I use it kind of more as like a setting powder. If you're a dry girl, you're gonna like this. If you're an oily person, I probably wouldn't use it for that. I'd just use it for like a cheek highlight, but you can get away with it if you're dry. So I go ahead and take a fluffy brush. I think this one's just by e.l.f. Like, I have Morphe brushes, but I always stick to these big ones from e.l.f. because they're like $3. I just swirl it around, I tap off the excess, and I just pat. I find with the this concealer, you don't have to set it like bake it or anything. I just like the glow that it gives your skin. Like, it just looks so nice. Okay, so I have recently purchased this. This is the NARS Laguna and Orgasm Blush Duo. It's the miniature version because I wanted to try it before I invested in the bigger versions. I know I just got finished saying most of this is drugstore, but this was like 20 bucks for the duo, and I feel like it's gonna last me a really long time. There are other bronzers and blushes that I do enjoy, but I've been really loving this. It's like the perfect shade for me. I use this Morphe brush right here. It is the M523 brush. I like it because it's kind of like a contoured without being like a harsh contour shade. I don't like to be like souped up like that or anything, unless like I have a special event to go to. But just for the everyday, I just swirl it in that Laguna shade, and I just go like that, and then I just kind of do tight circles. I just really like this shade, how it just looks really nice and natural. It's not too orange, but it's not too cool tone either. So I really like that. While I have the bronzer out, I will go ahead and take some sort of fluffy brush. If you like a really fanned out look, you can use a fluffy brush like this. And then I typically reach for this one. This is a Morphe brush. This is the M433 brush, and it looks like this. Obviously, it's gotten love. It needs to be cleaned. And I just go ahead and dip a little bit into the bronzer. I don't really do eyeshadow on the regular. So what I typically do is I just use a bronzer and I just go right in the corners like. Okay, so that's pretty much what I do for that part. I might sometimes take a little bit on the underneath of the eye. Just for a little bit of dimension, but you don't even have to do that. You don't even have to do this step. You don't have to do eyeshadow at all if you don't want to. Okay, and then while I still have this palette, this is why I like this. It's good for traveling and it's just good to throw in a bag. I will also take that blush shade and I'll just kind of swirl my brush in it and then tap off the excess. And I just kind of swirl that up my cheek. I like the way that looks better. I take it a little bit on the tips of my nose so it looks more sun-kissed, and then I will usually go back in with that fluffy brush and whatever's left and blend that out. So I will go back with that highlighter in my finger. Of all days I decided to film. He's normally never cries. And I'll take a little bit of my finger and I will just brighten up the eye like that. This is my brow tutorial. It's a really sad one. My brows are naturally this way. I have a few like gaps here and there. I used to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, but I recently discovered this e.l.f. pencil. It's $3 and it's the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It doesn't have a shade on here. Oh yeah, it does. It's neutral brown. So the last thing that I do is I don't curl my lashes because I don't have many lashes to curl and I feel like it just pulls them out. So I use this mascara. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Best mascara in the world. What's your mascara face? Is it scary? Not a lip girl. I never have been. I've tried. I'm just not into it. Mostly because I have really, really dry lips all the time. This, I use chapstick on the regular all the time. If I'm gonna use something on my lips though, it is this. This is a Buxom gloss. I have the miniature size because I haven't run out of this one yet. This is in the shade Dolly. I'm like literally almost out. So sad. This is a lip plumping gloss, but it doesn't actually plump your lips. It just tingles a little bit. And I actually really like that. I'm a gloss girl all the way. This seems to be the shade that works best for an everyday. It smells like peppermint. I really, really like this. I've been using it for a couple years. I have several different shades. This one seems to be the most consistent shade that looks good with a lot of outfits and just kind of goes with everything. So yeah, guys, I hope I'm not super glamorous, so like I can do no, but I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you get some tips. You guys, I was a little bit scared and nervous to put this out, but it is what it is. You guys have asked, so I wanted to give that to you. If you have any questions about products, let me know. Bye.